Hello and welcome to Halftime of the Footy. Tonight we're here at the Perth Convention Centre to help celebrate West Australians' rich football history. Tonight, 6 new members will be inducted into the West Australian Football League's Hall of Fame. One existing member will be elevated to legend status and he'll join the likes of Bill Walker, Barry Cable, Polly Farmer as legends of West Australian football. The WA Football Hall of Fame was established in 2002 and currently has 135 inductees. Players, coaches, umpires, administrators and the media can all be nominated for their significant contribution and influence on our great game.
The stories get larger and bigger and goals are kicked from further out, but it's great. It's great to meet up with people and enjoy their company.
Ron, as a previous inductee of the Hall of Fame, what does the night mean to you and your family?
Oh, look, many things. It's terrific to catch up with a lot of very interesting people, a lot of people that have made a great contribution to the game. It's nice to be in the Hall of Fame. That's good. But most of all, you catch up with the people. You hear the stories, you know, particularly of a lot of the old timers. It's just fascinating, the different stories and the depth of character with all of them. And it's just great to listen to.
Okay, guys. Keep that smiles coming.
Fewer stories in football command admiration than that of Swan District's Duggan Anderson. He is the first 200 league game player for the club, 3 times fairest and best, and club captain for 2 years. He was then made a life member in 1955 and a member of Swan District's Team of the Century in 2000, as well as Vice President of the Swan Districts Football Club from 1959 to 1966. He is admired for his skill and style as a player after suffering a sawmill accident early in his career. With the loss of all his fingers, except the thumb, on his left hand, this did not hinder him as a brilliant centre-half back, not missing a single game as a result of the accident. A special evening for you?
Oh, fantastic. Didn't know those nights. I didn't know these nights existed. Somehow.
George Prince, a loyal and exceeding popular player for East Fremantle, he played 226 games for his beloved Sharks and represented the state on 8 occasions. He was made a life member of the club in 1952 and made East Fremantle's Team of the Century in 1997. George was the WAFL's leading goal kicker back in 1949 with 81 goals. Accepting the award on his behalf is George Prince Jr.
He would have been rapt. He would have been very thrilled, I think, to get the recognition at the state level. You know, he was very proud of his representation of the state, 47 in Hobart, that sort of thing. So to get the recognition amongst these players, I think he would have been quite humble and thrilled.
West Perth champion ruckman and half-forward Don Marenko Sr. was one of the stylish and greatest players of his era. He represented Western Australia 13 times between 1928 and 1936. Don Sr. was selected for the half-forward line in West Perth's 2000 Team of the Century. Accepting the award on his behalf is his proud son Ray.
This one is magnificent, and you couldn't get it better. Dad would be, well, jumping over the moon, and I'm sure he's up top looking down on us and saying he wishes he was down here to enjoy it with us. But, he would have been, I think, a great thrill for Dad, the effort that he put into football and selection committees and things like that, and helping the players along the line and the juniors. He loved helping people, and especially young people. And he gave his life to sport, and he would be that proud to be up here tonight. It gives me great pleasure to be here for him.
Alfred Moffat was the 4th to be inducted for the evening. Alf, whose involvement as a pioneer and player and outstanding administrator, spanned more than 40 years. He was known as a visionary, keen to secure the advancement of football throughout the country. The first Western Australian to attain the position of Chairman of the Australian National Football Council.
So he would be delighted, he'd be absolutely thrilled.
And for your family it means a big thing as well?
Certainly it does, yeah. We've looked forward to this since we first knew about it, which was about back in last November, I think it was. So it's been a great night, and they're all totally thrilled.
As a player administrator, Peter Tannick has been recognised for his continuous service to WA football. After playing 51 senior games for his Perth, Peter went on to forge himself as one of the best football administrators in the country. He became the inaugural chairman of the independent Western Australian Football Commission in 1989, and within 5 years had overseen an unimaginable transformation of the WA Football Commission and subsequently the success we all enjoy today.
Oh, I'm delighted. I love football and I love the football community, and although I didn't expect it, I really like it. It's nice to get it.
And one of the best things in football that's happened to you?
Yes, it is. I mean, it's sort of, I just love being part of the West Australian football community. It's really important in this state and in this society, and football's been a part of my life, so I'm very happy about it.
In the mid-70s to the 80s, there was one player who stood out above the rest. He was full-blooded, talented, volatile and highly contentious. Gary Sidebottom was a giant of a man and a key player for his teammates. This is reflected in a decade of State of Origin game success. He is a popular choice as an inductee into the WA Football Hall of Fame.
To me, really, it's a family achievement. You know, over the years you play, the support you get from your family, your fellow teammates, your coaches, all those sorts of things. You can't thank them enough in words, and when you make the 211 Hall of Fame, you tend to thank them really for what they've done to get you here.
Tonight's new legend has a reputation of being one of football's most successful coaches. His winning percentage exceeds any other WAFL coach on record and includes 8 WAFL premierships. If he had not lost his life in a car accident in 1928, he would certainly have coached more than his 202 senior games with continued success. On behalf of my fellow legends, it is indeed a great pleasure to announce that Phil Matson has been elevated to the WAFL Hall of Fame legend status.
Phil Matson had a reputation as being one of the code's most successful coaches. His winning percentage exceeded any other WAFL coach on record. Coaching 202 games before his untimely death, Glenn Matson, his grandson, was able to accept the award on behalf of the Matson family. Congratulations and well done to all 6 inductees into the Hall of Fame, and a special mention to Phil Matson on legend status.